So we see an example here of a choke attempt, which I think starts out like we modern grapplers would recognize the first attempt as a Darce entry that for whatever reason Edouard Carpentier doesn't finish. Maybe people weren't really doing a lot of Darces or what is also sometimes called a screw choke there. Um, but one of the counters that we get to see here is a dragon sleeper. And that's something that survives into modern day professional wrestling. It's very rarely seen in actual like competitive grappling though, even though it does work. The closest thing we end up seeing to a dragon sleeper is a north-south choke because it's got the exact same arm placement. It's got the exact same element of being sort of like an upside down guillotine, but people just usually drive it all the way down to the mat. So it's like a combined pin and choke versus what we see here, where there's a dragon sleeper. The dragon sleeper primarily is effective because it's got all the same elements of a choke, but there should be limited mobility on the part of the defender. So in this case, they get dragged all the way to the ropes, and from the ropes, there's like kind of limited ability to defend. So again, what we would be more likely to see out of modern day grappling is just one grappler doing a north-south choke where he drags the shoulders to the mat. But in here, we get to see kind of like a theatrical series of events where I think it's not really, um, it doesn't really have like a realistic flow once that's applied. But the more realistic flow, I think, in modern day grappling would be to transition to a north-south choke, even though Dragon Sleeper can absolutely be a viable tap out. And if you've ever experimented with it in grappling and put one on someone who didn't know how to defend it, it's actually like kind of a clever little alternative to a rear naked choke, even though rear naked choke is the best of the best, and most people are going to go for that. But Dragon Sleepers are viable. We just don't really see them a lot, except they still survive pretty frequently in modern day professional wrestling theatrical matches.